What is going on, everyone? Dominic Dominator with the Veterans Den channel, wanting to bring you a video talking about the police officers that were involved in the takedown of the shooter at the Joel Osteen Lakewood Church in Houston. Um, as you saw in the title of the video, it's called Hero to Heartbreak, because I was going to do a video about what happened, the events, the shooter, everything, everybody involved. Kind of started thinking about things when I started hearing about the child who is now being said that is the son of the shooter, 5-year-old, was shot in the head and is not expected to make it. Unfortunately, this evil person, mother, came and brought their child to this church to commit mass murder. And the only thing I think of, based on what I think, in my opinion, what I read is that the police officers were really close to him. One even said close to almost point blank range. Other reports say close. So let's say in the vicinity of 10 feet, 10 to 15 feet, maybe less. Of course, when the report comes out, we'll all know but I'm just going off of what I read. And like I said, there was a shootout between them. An innocent bystander, older victim, was shot in the leg, I believe, and will survive, nothing critical, but the child was shot in the head and is not expected to make it, I'm assuming from one of the police officers. And hats off to those police officers having to be put in that situation that day. These are two off-duty police officers. I don't know if they're both men, both women, or one and one, but hats off to them for stopping someone from committing mass murder. And unfortunately, this innocent child was shot. And when it comes to trauma, when it comes to PTSD and all that other stuff, it's going to be a long recovery for these officers. And I know there's going to be a lot of regret, a lot of wishing they could have changed it, wishing they could have done it, wishing done it different, wishing that maybe if I went to the range every single day, and it's going to eat at them. And I think, we need to make sure these guys get mental health support, make sure they're supported by the community, by their peers. Another thing too is I tell officers when I come across them, and they kind of have their own group they like to hang out, but they are open to talk. And especially when you get combat vets and police officers that have been in shootouts and stuff like that, we start talking and everything. But I hope these officers open up to their peers, their other fellow police officers, and take some of that weight off their chest and talk about it, just so they can have somebody come up and say, hey, you did your job. You did your thing. You're not wrong, but you're not wrong for what you did. I know very well that a lot of veterans support police officers, support firefighters, first line responders, all those people. So we're here for you too. If not just necessarily this officer in Houston, but all police officers. All police officers know that veterans will, one, have your back and support you. If they see you in a pickle, will definitely have your back and be there, with or without guns, but also there to listen and be there, because a lot of us been through a lot of trauma ourselves and had to make decisions at the heat of the moment, and unfortunately for veterans too, we also have to deal with what we did and recover from that. So I hope these officers get the help that they need. Veterans are there for you. I know the grandmother came out and released a statement, which I'll have the link down below. In her statement, part of her statement, she put, "No one may ever blame a police officer who carries out his or her rightful duty to save lives, even if they are found responsible for shooting my grandson. The fault lies in the Child Protective Services of Montgomery County and Harris County that refuse to remove custody from a woman with known mental illness." So I guess just child support services, protective services, they didn't do their job. They didn't protect this kid, and this kid wound up in this situation, which put these police officers in a very hard situation, to where now this kid is fighting for his life and he's not going to make it. It's horrible. And I have those police officers back, or any police officers back, that has to make a rough decision that they are just forced upon them. And guarantee you that officer did not wake up that morning and think that they were going to be in this situation, both of them. But I hope they get health support, mental health support. I hope that they can take off this burden and heartbreak sooner than later, because I guarantee you what they're going through is pain and regret and wishing that they could have did something different. So that's my 2 cents about it. That's my opinion. I'll have links below so you can see all this. Is this sad? If you see a police officer, tell them thank you. Appreciate what they do. Those guys are understaffed right now because the way mainstream media, paints them is that they're evil people. And majority of police officers actually don't really discharge their weapons. I'll try to get the stat and I'll put the stat down. But if I remember right, and if I'm wrong, then I'll just put it in the description box below that I'm wrong. But I believe from a stat I saw, most police officers don't even fire their weapon in duty. So most police officers are good people. Like anything, there's bad apples, there's bad veterans, there's a bad mechanic, there's bad people in every position, every authority, every job, but they're small. I believe that all police officers, majority of them, are good, and I believe that this country has painted them bad, which is wrong, because those are the people you call when something happens, and those are the people that are willing to go in and protect you, save you, and stop the perpetrator or whatever, or in this case, the shooter. So those are my 2 cents. I don't want to drag on this video. Thank you for watching the video. Like, share, subscribe. Pass on to other veterans. Pass on to police officers. And if you can, put in the comments below, show your support for police. Sending prayers to those police officers, sending prayers to the family, the grandmother and the other family members, that if you read in the report below that I'm going to put down in the description, they were actively trying to protect this child. And prayers to the child. I hope he does pull through. I hope there's a miracle happen and he's saved. But that's going to do it for here. I will catch you in the next video.